Hey, and welcome back to my channel at Danibeknowing, and we are doing another cold case psychic reading with your fake medium, Danny. Hey y'all, how you doing? What's going on? I hope you're excited as I am about doing this reading, with also still a little bit of just a sense of sadness, compassion. I don't do cold case readings for the fun of it. I'm really hoping that these are readings that can assist with bringing insight, or maybe jogging someone's memory, or giving someone the courage to call and assist, so that way we can get the truth about these cases. So, the cold case I'll be doing this reading on is the shooting of Courtney Copeland, a Chicago native. And in this cold case, I'll be giving background of Courtney along with the background of the case, of what I could find in my research. Now, I do want to add, or actually point out before I get into the background, before we jump over to that, there's a lot that has went into this case because of his wonderful, beautiful mother fighting for the truth about what happened to her son. The case has been looked over for years. It has been re-looked into due to her resources, due to other resources. There have been things that have been kept away from the family. There are things that are still unsure of. So I'm really hoping this reading could just get down to some nitty-gritty details if we can. And after this reading, I'll be answering and I'll be pulling on 4 questions that I came up with for this reading. The first one is, how many times was Courtney Copeland shot? And this question will make a lot of sense once we get into the background. 2, was this foul play on the police department's end? 3, what events happened the night of Courtney's death, during the night of Courtney's death? And 4, who killed Courtney Copeland and why? Now, I don't see myself getting a straight up, it was Luke, but insight, detail, description. Sometimes things can jog people's memory or give them the courage to speak out. And that's what I'll be going over. So let's hop over into the overview. I hope you enjoy it, and then I'll see you during the question.
Who was Courtney Copeland? Those who knew Copeland described him as a vibrant go-getter who was always dancing, singing in the car, or leaving inspirational messages for others. He had the ability to make everyone feel like he was their best friend, his mother said. After a successful high school basketball career, Copeland spent a semester at college before returning to his Chicago area home to work. Copeland began his job at World Ventures, earned his BMW convertible, and set out to earn enough for his mom to retire. He'll tell you, if my mom is still working, I've got to work triple, his coworker and friend remembered. But before he'd accomplished his ambitious goal, Copeland's life was suddenly cut short at the age of 22 in the early morning hours of March 4, 2016. On the morning of March 4, 2016, Copeland was fatally shot. Police called paramedics, who rushed Courtney to Advocate, Illinois' Masonic Medical Center with a gunshot wound to his back. He was pronounced dead at the hospital at 2:01 a.m. While Courtney's death initially seemed like it might be a straightforward case of a possible carjacking gone wrong, years of investigation, mostly on the part of Courtney's mother, Chaparral, have surfaced some bewildering facts that point in a more perplexing and possibly more sinister direction. Witnesses report hearing 2 gunshots, but there was only 1 bullet recovered, the one that lodged in Courtney's body when he was shot. Law enforcement's working theory was that Courtney was shot through the driver's side window while he sat in his car, but a full inspection of the vehicle showed no trace of blood in the car. An ER nurse reported that Courtney was wearing handcuffs when he arrived at the hospital, which means someone likely placed them on him after he was already wounded and pleading for help. Who really shot Courtney Copeland, and why? is the looming question. As of today, Courtney's case is still unsolved, now classified as code by police, and no suspect has ever been arrested and charged with his murder. His family continues to seek answers and pursue justice for Courtney. Led by Chappelle's investigative podcast, Somebody. In addition to continuing the fight to solve Courtney's case, Chappelle hopes her work will bring positive change to counteract the disproportionate violence against Black people in Chicago and across the country. Anyone with information about the murder of Courtney Copeland should contact the Courtney Copeland Memorial Foundation.
Welcome back to the question portion of this video where I will be answering 4 divination questions in regards to this case. So the first question I'll be pulling cards on, and yes, I use regular playing cards, is how many times was Courtney Copeland shot and where? I ask that because if you remember in the overview, there were different reports that came out after the fact, such as a nurse describing how Courtney was handcuffed when he was brought to the hospital with that gunshot wound. And witnesses saying they heard 2 gunshot wounds. And we have medical and me reports, we have all these different things, but they gave her so much trouble with getting insight on what happened to her son, his mother, the woman that gave birth to him, the woman that took care of him. She has to jump through hoops to figure out what happened to her son. Inhumane. So, please join me in my tea as we break this down. Just to get some insight, I do have clairaudience, clairsentience, and clairvoyance, so I will be utilizing not only the cards, but what I hear, what I feel, and what I get visions of. Immediately, I'm getting visions of there's a person standing outside the passenger side window holding the gun towards him, and I see black covering the hand with the gun pointing right at them. So this could have been a carjacking, but then it flashes to him just on the ground on his knees and police. Shoot. So I see the concrete, I see the lights of a store. I believe it was shot in front of a pizza station or some type of convenience store. Okay. I got this 9 of hearts, this 5 of diamonds, and this jack of diamonds. I do see, of course, the gunshot wound in the back. And I believe one was hit behind his knee or his thigh, like he falls on the ground on his knees and falls down. And that's when he's handcuffed. I'm not sure if there was a response to the robbery while it was happening and they shot him thinking he was the culprit with a gunshot wound. But I'm seeing here is there was a lot of act first, think last, and just assuming. Biases do that to you, especially when you're in a position of power with a gun in your hand. And with this 5 of diamonds, I'm seeing here is it was a lot of struggle trying to get money to assist with covering this up. So what I'm seeing here is a bad shot, wrong call, jack of hearts. It could have been a young officer that did the second shot, but there were 2 gunshots from what I'm seeing here. It's very fast, very lack of care as to who we're shooting, where we're shooting, because I'm seeing here is it's all the same anyway. But once it's realized he is shot and wounded and he is the victim, that's when it's like take him to the hospital. So I'm already getting in touch with question 2. So the question was, was this foul play on police's end. And yes, in some many different ways, the lack of care, the lack of integrity, the way they treated somebody who was wounded and injured, and to save their own asses and hide themselves, paying off hospitals, pass off money to the doctors. This nurse was an ER nurse, so she was not in like the final conversations of what to do to cover. And I'm understanding. I'm getting a reading that this is just not something that's just not have been done before. And they're very tired. They could have retired after this or be set to retire, but this particular nurse, it's haunted her since that night. Foul, foul. So someone's related to somebody in this officer crew. There's some connection. I'm seeing a possible political tie. It could have been a rookie, someone very new into the force that should have never been. Very deep, dark secrets. So there also could be some type of sex secrets or something intermixed with this. Someone sleeping with somebody to cover up these things, and that's not to say they're sleeping with them for that, but it could be people that are in relationship with each other. I am seeing man on man, so it could have been a male lover that assistant was covering this up. But we do have this Queen of Clubs, so I do see a woman. So I'm seeing mismoving of paperwork. I see somebody like standing on their tippy toes and shoving away a file to hide it. So yes, there are documents within this case that are hidden to show to make it seem like there wasn't lack of police care, but there was a lack and foul play on the police's end. And because they don't want to take accountability, because they don't care, and because they were dead wrong, and this was a victim that needed their help, they're just gonna hide it. They're just burying it. I see it buried. I see it being shoved away. I see people going to closed rooms to discuss the thing, but not discuss the thing. I'm seeing annoyed receptionists as the mother's coming in and like tell them like she's back, right? I'm seeing just this goes from bottom to the top with how this was strategically handled so that the truth would not come out in regards to what happened to Courtney Copeland that night. But we're gonna go into it. I keep hearing stop police. They're yelling at him thinking it was the culprit. And we're gonna get insight on the dark shadow. Because I want to know if this is a personal relationship, this really was a carjacking. Because when I see nothing was taken, the car wasn't trying to take in, there was no parts taken. There's something personal here. Okay. What events happened the night of Courtney's death? I find it very important to get some insight in the events that happened, just to get a timeline. Because I think what's been one of the biggest confusing things is a timeline, just kind of a gist of what happened and what happened after this event happened. And like I said, I did not mention this in the overview, but there was so much different research I found, and one of them was describing after he left hanging with friends, he went to see a girlfriend that was a secret, but it's because of coworker, you know what I mean. And he went to go see her that night and then left. So there are these little tidbits of things thrown into there. So I want to get a psychic reading on the timeline, not only to see if it matches with what's reported, but there's some extra Easter eggs I can give to assist with this. Cheers. Now, let's get into it. What events happened the night of Courtney's death? Let's see. What events happened? I'm getting a vision of him spraying cologne around him while staring in the mirror. Very happy, very ready. Seeing more like a black outfit. Very blurry, but steps out, hangs out with friends, daps them up. I believe this pizzeria, maybe I'll look. It's very white walls inside or something. It's like the lights are blinding. So this place is like very light bright, bright lit and all these things. He's ordering pizza. That car just flew out. He's ordering pizza. He's going back chit chatting with them, getting text messages on his phone from her. Dapping him up. They're leaving. He gets in his car. Now he's jumping to somebody at his window. I believe he knows them. Or have an idea. Maybe someone from the neighborhood, maybe someone I'd be around. Like you don't really know them, but be on the block. Okay, let's see. We have the King of Clubs, Four of Hearts, Eight of Spades, Six of Clubs, and Jack of Hearts. What I'm seeing here is he was he was often thinking of long term with his girlfriend. I do want to point that out. I don't know if they had conversations. This was probably they were discussing throughout the day, maybe moving in together, maybe figuring out how to get their lives together. But this King of Clubs, I'm seeing there's just like this prominent figure here. So it could have been an uncle he went to see that day, a family member, someone he looked up to, like a dad figure. And like I said, it jump started to that night. So we're seeing like the day, this Eight of Spades. I think this has to do with the girlfriend, just the secret of it. And like, sex, communication. He was very secretly communicating with her through text message. Not really giving up who he's talking to while chit chatting with his friends. Six of Clubs. They could have had like a past thing before they decided to really like decide to be official. It could have been a back and forth thing, or this person that shot him through the window could really be someone that he knew when he was younger. Six, I'm seeing past. I'm seeing also this person could have probably also I'm seeing this person probably could have known maybe in school. I believe he was in a football, some type of sport this person does. But I'm just seeing very hot headed, doesn't fully think. This could be a really someone you knew just passed by his kids, or someone that could have been in a friend group, but I'm not getting the sense of very close connection here. But I am seeing here that there was a need asked for. I don't know if someone recently asked Courtney for money, understanding that he was doing really well as a salesman, as we discussed in the overview, um, or they wanted to borrow something, or they just felt very like you owe me or something. But there's something here dealing with secrets of money, which is probably why no one really understands where the first shooting could have stemmed from. I'm even though they're not crazy close, I am getting a sense of some type of jealousy and knowing each other enough. Like I said, this person doesn't think or something. I'm leading into the next question asked actually. So let me holler that out and then might as well just dive into that. Who killed Courtney Copeland and why? This person, it's looking like this person honestly knew Courtney. They probably couldn't know of him. There's just something here. Could have been an argument, but it's something that they wanted from Courtney. Maybe money, maybe hook up for a job, but that they felt very entitled to. And it's interesting because I got Four of Hearts here with this Eight of Spades next to it and the Six of Clubs. Although I'm getting like, could be dealing with family, could be dealing wanting to like build a relationship, not a relationship, build a future with his girlfriend. This person could have been like throwing it out there like that, like, oh, you think you're so great because your girlfriend, you got a little job, like you're not trying to help me. I also see green glowing around them. So like I said, jealousy, or like there's just something in the heart that they feel that he had that they don't. And so this shooting was not about taking a thing from him. It was about ending it, and it wasn't thought through. I'm seeing this gun pointed through. It looked like it was supposed to be for threat, but it looked like it was supposed to be for threat, but I really think it was payback. And not thoroughly thought out, but more of acting in that moment and acting on that rage and jealousy. And what I'm seeing with Courtney, he was just a very not too nonchalant, but pretty nonchalant, like, hey man, like, it's really like not that personal. Like it's really not that. But man, you like if you want to take it there, he just seems like he doesn't back down. And there's power in that. Power in having ambition, power in knowing what your goal is and what you want, especially around people who feel so insecure inside, they don't know what they want. So this person after his murder could have been kind of a little extra with missing him. Maybe they or like bring up these memories that are close friends, kind of like, oh, you were there, but I don't think you're a major part of that. Like very weird and just kind of like looking to step into what he had going on because they felt entitled to certain things and they're still in a terrible place. They're still miserable, they're still upset because they felt like he was probably someone that had it. Now, there's a couple things here that fall into his death. So this person did shoot him, but what killed him was also the shot from the police, the stress of being thrown on the ground for what I'm seeing, being handcuffed, and while like bleeding, while trying to please say it's not me, and then recognizing the wound, and then deciding to take him to the hospital still cuffed because what does it matter, right? And so the stresses of that and not getting help as soon as possible because he was accosted and treated as if he wasn't a citizen, but scoured earth in a bother, and he didn't deserve that. And no one deserves to lose their child and to be denied answers and the truth. What I'm seeing is it was a really unfortunate night for Courtney in the midst of someone's jealousy, entitlement. And police just, I can't even say not thinking because there's thought put into that, I feel like. Them feeling like it's just any black person, let's shoot one. Because they're all the same. And that's not it. And that's why I keep hearing and seeing that energy. Water is all in one and the same, right? One of these officers could have honestly said Courtney's name wrong or something to his mother. They could have not been looking at the right case. But I am seeing very things that no one wants to take accountability for, because I mean they're gonna take accountability for the death, which honestly it will lean a lot towards the police as well. This person, when they shot him as he, hold on, yes, I'm sorry, I'm just like there was some blood in the car. When they shot him, it's very close in range. Like I said, I held out the window, trying to talk it down because he knew them was this issue. But he was seen as just part of that mix and not as someone that was harmed. Unfortunately, Chicago police responded to this type of violent crime with more violence, feeling as if no one is a victim and they're all one and the same. I keep seeing the man holding the gun, like in the to the passenger side window. So Courtney clearly got out. That's when they talk or argue. But he tried to run, and then police came up and responded. They weren't there to protect him, sir. And it's unfortunate. He probably could have lived had he been assisted like he was supposed to be and help put whoever did that in jail, because this was a personal feeling. It was someone who didn't think about acting, felt entitled, who was upset about feeling owed something. It's not because I'm not seeing like he owed him money. I'm seeing there's this expectation of like you're supposed to help put me on, you know, you're not being of no help. Like where's my help? Where's my things? A nigga like me basically has to go out and like get it, rob for it. What this person also doesn't, they don't want to do better. Like I said, they're still in this place of trying to blame whoever. Place they don't have Courtney to blame anymore, you know, and now they're like looking for the next thing. What I'm also seeing is they ran off somewhere. They're not in Chicago, but where it stands today is that they feel as if that's not their usual behavior. It was an accident. You know, this is just something I'm gonna be feel very sorry about, but no accountability, and the police still refuse to take accountability for their actions, and assuming that that no one in that situation was a victim or no one deserved human decency. A moment to say what happened, a moment to check out the scene to see what's going on. Instead, they made a terrible ass call, handcuffed him, all shot in the hospital. And that's all I have for this reading, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed the reading. I really hope this does bring some type of insight to the family of Courtney Copeland. Like I said, there's a podcast called Somebody. His mother is still actively seeking answers, seeking justice. So if you are someone who knows what happened, or if you are someone who has any insight because you remember being around that night or something, that case, or this, please, please, please don't be afraid to reach out. I remember there was a change.org petition to assist with getting calls. That has been closed, but there could be other avenues and ways to assist. But yes, that is the reading for today. Thank you so much for joining. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Also, follow me on all my social media profiles on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Danibeknowing. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.